All right, guys, what's going on? Welcome back to Christian Sports Corner. Real quick, want to take the opportunity to thank you guys for watching. Please hit the like, comment, and subscribe buttons if you haven't subscribed. Please subscribe. Please give me a thumbs up. Hope everybody's safe, man. I hope everybody's in good health, as well as good spirit as we push through one day at a time. Just trying to get through, get used to the new norm that we hope don't last long. But that's not what we're here to talk about, guys. We're here to talk about these Dallas Cowboys. So the Dallas Cowboys have signed Aldon Smith. Now, if you remember, Aldon Smith on the field is a heck of a linebacker, man. He can get after it. He can be a force. He can be a disrupt. The problem with that is he just as disruptive off the field. I'm not even gonna take the time to list out the constant issues. Again, this is my optimistic year about the Cowboys. I don't want to be a Debbie Downer, but hey, if you're a Cowboy fan, and if this sound a lot like let's see, Rolando McClain, Greg Hardy, Tank Johnson, Randy Gregory. I just don't know if it's worth. Now, it's a 1 year. It's a 1 year, $4 million contract. It's not really worth much. I think it's pinned on him being reinstated into the league. But to me, it's like, when do we stop this? When do we stop this, man? It's always these projects, always these little project players that we want to work with. Like, we want to take this person and like, he gonna be good this time. He gonna be right for us. He ain't been right no other time in his career, but he gonna get it right for us. Now I get it, man. Listen, with Randy Gregory, like I said, more about Randy Gregory is I really hope for him as a person he get his life together. If he can come back and be a great football player, then great. But that's Randy Gregory. You kind of know what you're dealing with that. With him, you kind of know what you're dealing with. But Aldon Smith is different. Like, these are not. You got the Randy Gregory, which is it sucks. Someone who can't stay off the weed. So you got that. You got the Randy Gregory's, and that you kind of hope for him. If you're a recreational marijuana user, and you ain't nothing wrong with it, that's all up for debate. I'm not gonna get in that conversation with you, but you root for that guy because he seemed like he knew you had an issue, and he wanted to help. You root for that guy, but then so you got the Randy Gregory spectrum. Both of these spectrums are not good, but you got the Randy Gregory spectrum over here, and you got the Greg Hardy spectrum. And if you're looking at a player like Aldon Smith, you're gonna put them closer to the Greg Hardy spectrum than you are to the Randy Gregory spectrum. Now, again, neither one of these are good, all right? But with Greg Hardy, not Greg Hardy, Randy Gregory, you got a substance abuse issue. With Aldon Smith, it's been more than just that. It's been some assault things going on. I don't want to list out it, man. I'm not here to bash the guy. But as a Dallas Cowboy fan, we've seen these stories before. We've seen how these play out. And this could be different. I could be sitting here so wrong. For the sake of this man, for the sake of his career, and heck, for the sake of my Dallas Cowboys, I really hope this is different. I really hope that this is a situation where he gets it together. I really do. I really do. I don't know. I don't know what else to really say, man. As a Cowboy fan, it seems like we go through this so much, though, right? Like, we always got these. What if? Okay. Let's take away that for just a minute, because it's sad that's what we got to talk about. But we got to talk about him as a player. Now, you say he was a force on the field in 2015. It's 5 years ago. So, what are you expecting to get now? Like, you're hoping at 30, he's about to hit his prime. He's about to be a wrecking ball. He's going to stay out of trouble because hopefully 5 years without an NFL paycheck can change his life, and he's got his life together. But that hopefully he don't get back into the fold of, I don't know his finances, but financial millions coming back in, the spotlight and being a Dallas Cowboy, and none of that make him fold again under pressure. I don't know, guys. It's not much risk, I would say, that far as the team. But now you take him and Randy Gregory on the same team. Oh, God. Listen. Maybe this guy changed his life around, and I don't want to bash him, man, if he changed his life around 100%. But you can only go off of the data that you have available, right? So it's just like anyone that when you buy stock, you don't know if a stock is going to do well in the future. You only can go off of past performance. So with that being said, his past performance, his history tells us this could be a problem. So listen, I hope it's the best signing of the offseason. I hope it turns out to be amazing. I hope it turns out to be great. But it just do not. It's, as a Cowboy fan, it's just a bitter taste. You're like, we've been out. Because you know what happens? This is what happens. And I'm going to tell you one people I was really disappointed in more than Randy Gregory, Rolando McClain. Because he was pretty good. Like, you're like, okay, we got us something. You got us something. And time you get built up. Time you come relying on that person. And time you think, all right, we got it. We got it right now. Just like that. He's been suspended for some off the field issue, some substance abuse issue, some conduct detrimental issue. It gets repetitive. Get repetitive, man. But we constantly do this and take these chances. I can't remember like one that a free agent that was troubled that we brought in and it really worked out for us. Meaning I'm not saying it wasn't a good player, but they couldn't stay on the field long enough. So we keep taking these chances. I'm gonna be honest, sound like a total Jerry Jones move to me. And then in the Cowboys, you got two ends of the spectrum in leadership now. Because you got the Jerry Jones who will make a decision like this. This is a Jerry Jones move. You got Stephen Jones who is like, nope, straight by the book. Let's not spend no money. Let's be frugal. It's two opposite. And that's something we don't talk about. And I may dive into this a little more later. But there's a battle within the organization between Jerry Jones and Stephen. I think Jerry Jones knows he's at the latter part of his life. So, and I'm not wishing that on the guy. I don't wish that on anyone. I hope he lived to be 150 or whatever, possible. But, he's kind of trying to turn the reins over to Stephen Jones. But Stephen Jones is so on the other opposite end of the spectrum. Like, had Stephen Jones been running the Cowboys, you'd have never seen Deion Sanders back in the day. He was very clear on that. That don't work in the gap. We're not doing it. Jerry said, well, I already done it. So you figure it out. You figure out that cap stuff, you'll figure it out. But I've already made the move. And when you look at it, you go, and that I think there's a hidden, and I get it. Jerry ultimately got to say, but as time goes on, you can tell that he's constantly trying to hand the reins over to Stephen. And most players that are fond of the Cowboys, past Cowboys, they don't really care for Stephen. They don't really care for them kids. I'm going to be honest. If you've done any research, you paid any attention to the Dallas Cowboys, most of those guys from the past era, Deion has even spoke up about it. Emmett has spoke up about it. Those past guys, they're not big fans of Jerry's kids. They feel like Jerry is a wildcatter, to quote the term they use. In his actual documentary, they say he's a wildcatter. He takes chances. That's how he took a chance in the oil business. That's how he became wealthy. He took that money, then took a chance on the Dallas Cowboys, which was when he bought the team, was losing $1 million a month. Had one working toilet in the whole stadium at the time. So, hey, but so. To me, this feels like a real Jerry move. It was like, all right, I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna do this one. I don't think Steven was too happy about it, and I'm not gonna act like I'm too happy about it, just because even if he plays well, you always gonna be looking over his shoulder like, okay, did they announce a suspension? Did he do something wrong? And I pray that don't happen. I pray that this guy's got it together. I pray that he's figured it out. I pray that he got his head on straight. I want him to go out and have the best season of his career, propel his career to the next level. But it does bring some interesting points. What defense are we running next year? It's starting to look like a 3-4 to me, but with these linebackers, because you got Jalen Smith, you got Sean Lee, you got Van Der Esch, you got Aldon Smith now, it's saying nothing go wrong with his reinstatement. So that's a whole nother story himself. With that being said, guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching my channel. I really appreciate you guys. And as more news come up, more topics come up, I'll be sure to bring them to you. Until next time, you guys be safe.